According to witnesses who have spoken to the January 6th Select Committee, Donald Trump so desperately wanted to travel with the Stop the Steal rally attendees over to the Capitol that the Secret Service actually did attempt to set up a motorcade in order for Donald Trump to walk with them, or they were going to drive him while everybody else walked around the presidential limo to the Capitol. Multiple witnesses, of course, have confirmed this to the January 6th Select Committee. The Secret Service, of course, called the police, tried to get them to set up roadblocks. They didn't have the time to do it. They didn't have the manpower. So they weren't able to set up the roadblocks. So the Secret Service comes back to Trump and says, there's no way we can safely pull this off. We have to abandon the plan. But they tried. And that, of course, is a new development that we had not previously known about. But here's the big question I have, right? Donald Trump did, in fact, tell people at the Stop the Steal rally to go march to the Capitol. We know he told them to do that. He did not tell them to go and be violent at the Capitol. Now, yes, he said fight like hell. Sure. But legally speaking, he did not direct them to commit the acts of violence that they committed, so it is very unlikely that you would be able to really hold him accountable for that. You'd have to prove the intent of the fight like hell statement. I know we know it's there, but you can't prove it in court, and that's what makes these things so difficult. But again, the question I have, what was Trump's plan from that point, right? Suppose the Secret Service had in fact set up the motorcade, gotten him to the Capitol, so he stands out there, and then what? What does he do? What does he say? Like, all right, well, here we are, folks. It's they're counting votes in there, and all right, I'll see you. Like, what was he gonna do? Was he gonna be with them and like, let's pick up these benches and break the doors down? Hey, you climb up the side of the walls and get through those windows. I don't understand the plan, right? And I don't think Donald Trump did either. He is a spur of the moment kind of guy, doesn't put a lot of thought into his impulses, doesn't ever think about the consequences, but he wanted to do it, and I think the day would have gone far worse had he actually done that. I don't think that his presence there would have calmed these people down. I think his presence there would have only made it worse, and I think he would have been there cheering them on if they had started storming it, running up the steps beside him as he looks out over the crowd rushing into the building. I think that's probably what would have happened that day. Then, of course, then you could pop him. Right? I think that would be a fairly easy prosecution. This man sees these people doing these things, refuses to do anything about it. Had he spoken on the steps of the Capitol, it likely would have been very easy to prove incitement of a riot, or inciting a riot. I don't think incitement's a word. But ultimately, the Secret Service couldn't pull it off. So I guess we'll never know about the what-ifs that may have happened that day.
This is Hattie. Hattie wants to know why you have not subscribed to our channel. You obviously like our videos, so do us a favor and subscribe.